Welcome. It's the semifinals, second to last show. We've made it. Can you hear the background at all?
Your lovely daughter a little bit?
Yeah, well, I didn't know because there's a new setting that says like background cancellation. So
no, there's no canceling.
Hey,
there's no canceling that. There's no canceling that, nor should there be. You let her go.
She's excited. Second to last week. We've already got a ton of questions queued up. It's the semifinals for most leagues. There's always a couple that are different. I mean, it could be the first round of playoffs for some leagues, unfortunately, if they're running into the last week, which would be kind of nasty. But nonetheless, let's get started on these questions. We're just going to answer yours first because I feel like I almost forgot about you last year. Shakir or Pollard?
Help me out, chat.
Chat, we need some help. Jeffrey, Cody, Football de Noche, Eric.
I think I need a little upside after the 3 games that have been played so far. I'm projected not to win. I'm not overly concerned about the projections. They're really close. But, it's my 13-1 team that's won 12 straight weeks. Looks like it could be going home. So this is my last spot.
I might.
Jeff says Shakir.
I don't think I'm Pollard.
Joe says Shakir. I'm on Shakir right now. So
I'm on Pollard. I just think, I don't know. I want the chance of touchdowns throughout the entire game, and I really think this game could be over at halftime to where I worry about Shakir not getting much action in the second half. With that being said, the caveat to that is for a game to be over at halftime, a lot of points got to be scored by the offense in the first half. So there is points for that as well. It's just I like my potential of players to score in all 4 quarters. So I would probably lean Pollard here just a hair if I'm looking for upside. I feel like Shakir could be a safer play today, though.
This is my concern. He didn't practice all week. He didn't finish last game. He barely practiced last week. And Tajay Spears looked pretty damn good when they gave him the chance.
Well,
so
I'm gonna change my answer. I did not look at his practice report, so I will go Shakir with that information.
Yeah, so
that sounds like his role would be limited no matter what.
I'm staying on Shakir. Thanks, everyone. Pray for me.
Should I still go with London today with the QB change or play Jennings instead?
I think it's a good question, and I have both of these guys in a lineup. They're both starting for me. So I have London at 12 and Jennings at 20 this week. Here's the way I look at it. Is there any way Michael Penix is worse than what Kirk Cousins has been for the last month?
The thing is, though, Kirk has been pretty good for London's fantasy production. Kirk has been good for people's fantasy production outside of Kyle Pitts. So I really don't see any. And with that being said, I don't really think. I think this hurts Ray McLeod.
Sure hurts.
Maybe a little bit of Darnell Mooney, but it can only certainly help Kyle Pitts. And I really don't think it does much to London. That's what I realistically think.
Yeah, and I'm probably going to be wrong with this take, but I don't think it's going to help Kyle Pitts because I don't think there is any helping Kyle Pitts. Until he stops running lazy-ass routes and starts getting ahead in the game, he's going to give us the same disappointing crap that he has his entire career outside of his rookie season. So Darnell Mooney put up a donut last week with Cousins. He hasn't been great in about 3 weeks. London scores last week. If he doesn't, he's a dud. So I'm not guaranteeing you that. This is still a rookie quarterback's first start in the NFL. Like, who knows what's going to happen here?
Right.
And I'm arguably one of the biggest Kirk Cousins fans on the planet. So that said, Drake London is still firmly in my lineups. I think the one thing that I liked about Michael Penix the most when I watched his film last year coming out is he probably has the best deep ball out of anyone in this class, including Daniels. So if London could get out there, and that could be good for Mooney too, I just think they let this kid throw like crazy. And I think volume alone is going to get us there.
I would have said that Michael Penix was the most accurate passer in this draft class. He's not going to be flashy. He's not going to be running a lot. He can if he needs to. But I would have said he was the most accurate passer coming in this draft class. I was a big believer in the Patriots trading back and grabbing him. Obviously, that wouldn't have been possible. And I wasn't a big fan of Drake May, and boy, was I wrong. I do think Drake May might be the most accurate passer in this draft class, just has nobody to throw the ball to, unfortunately. But I do think Michael Penix Jr. will come in and actually be pretty good. There's no film on him at the pro level, which usually comes to his benefit. So I wouldn't be surprised if he kind of does really, really well these first few games. They are in a must-win situation, so he's not going to go. I don't think the upside of him just going out there and slinging it around is there. I think they're going to definitely come with a balanced approach today, maybe very run heavy.
Yeah, they're playing the Giants too, right? So it's not like
right.
he's got the worst matchup in the world. But I think you're onto something there. And the most accurate passer out of this class hasn't played yet this year. So, and he won't until next year. So just calm yourself, Drake.
I just say that was my thing. I did think Michael Penix Jr. was NFL ready coming out, which that's why I said. And now this draft pick doesn't look so bad now, right? Like now, it actually looks like a potentially good pick. And did I not say this before? If Kirk Cousins comes out there and doesn't do much,
I said
Michael Penix Jr. could come in and that pick will look actually pretty good, and it might.
Yeah, now. And I'm pretty sure that I said that's the dumbest pick I've ever seen in the NFL draft history. That it was stupid and that they're going to regret it. So maybe I'm wrong, but I also don't think.
Right?
I also don't think it's not out of the realm of possibility that Cousins starts again this year. Penix could be a rookie quarterback and not good, right? Like we don't know, but I have faith that he can get London the ball. The one thing that the deep ball definitely, but the other thing too is Cousins had nothing on those passes this last month. I don't know what's going on. Penix has an arm. Like he'll at least get the ball there. I don't know if it's going to be accurate, but he'll get it there. So I'm rolling with London, and my goodness, I need him. So here's hoping.
Yeah, I will preface. I did say I think this helps Kyle Pitts. That's mainly because I don't think it could hurt him. Right? I don't really think I'm not starting him in any situations unless I absolutely have to. I mean, I'm starting Hunter Henry over Kyle Pitts in my fantasy leagues today. So
Kyle Pitts.
I just want to clarify. I don't think he's that good. I think Kyle Pitts is not as good as we think he is, unfortunately.
Kyle Pitts is my tight end 17 this week. I had Stone Smart ranked ahead of him. That's what I think about Kyle Pitts right now.
6 points per passing touchdown. Which QB to start in my super flex spot today? Drake May, Geno Smith, Cooper Kupp, Jeffrey Jacobs asks.
It's Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush, thank you. Sorry.
You said Kupp. Although Kupp might want to try quarterback. He hasn't catching any passes lately.
Yes,
man, this one's tough for me. I think based on opponent, it's Cooper Rush. Like Tampa Bay has been giving up points to fantasy quarterbacks like crazy. You know, Geno plays against the Vikings, and Minnesota notoriously doesn't play very well in Seattle, and you can throw on us. And who you guys got? Arizona?
No, Buffalo.
Well, it's not you. It's not Drake May. So I think if Drake May
it is Drake May.
Yeah, I think if Drake May's successful today, it's his legs, not his arm.
Yeah.
So in a 6 point, I want the touchdown passes, right? So I'm going Cooper Rush.
Yeah, I'll still take Drake May. I mean, like I said, 60 rushing yards is equivalent to a touchdown, which I think he could easily get today. So there's a touchdown right there. And then he'll probably throw for a garbage time or 2 touchdown, run one. Who knows? That it seems like all his touchdowns come in garbage time because apparently the team is god awful. Except him, he's the bright spot on the team. So I feel like he'll find the end zone once, maybe even twice today. Not guaranteeing that, but I think the rushing floor gives you a nice 12-point floor with the 6-point passing touchdown as well. So
I need to see how many times he's ran for 60 yards this year. You can go to the next question if you want.
Go ahead. Hello, guys.
You won that bet, by the way, last week.
I know. I was paying attention, barely, not by much, but I did win it. Hello, guys. Would you guys play Hawkinson or Britton Strange? Need as much upside as possible. Thank you so much.
I'm staying on Hawkinson here, but Strange is right there. Like they're back to back, I think, in my rankings right now.
Yeah, man.
Strange had
Jones loves to throw the ball to
11 targets last week.
Yeah, I was wrong. Yeah. I was wrong last week on Brian Thomas Jr. Happily wrong. I did need him to have the game he had, to be honest. I mean, I won one fantasy matchup by like 3 points, and he was on my lineup. So, he's a must start at this point. And honestly, I think I'll go with Britton Strange. Hawkinson's a better player for sure, but I think the path to targets just is a much easier path for Britton Strange to get another potential 10 targets today. So, yep, I'll go with Britton Strange.
Drake May has had one game over 60 yards this year and another one at 59. So it's definitely in his range of outcomes. I'm on TJ
How many above like 40? Let's just see how many like above 40.
1, 2, 3, and then a 38.
Okay.
So he ran for
seems like he's putting around more like closer to 40 to 50 consistently. Okay.
Yeah, he ran for 95 yards against the Titans.
Yes.
59 against the Colts, 46 against the Jets, and his next best was 38 against Houston. But he's ran at least twice in every game, so he definitely has a rushing upside to him.
I ended up, somebody asked a question on the Facebook page, and that's a reminder for any of you guys watching. Go to the Facebook page and ask questions too throughout the week if you need them. Like especially this upcoming week, we're probably not going to go live on Christmas Day. We're definitely not going live on Christmas Day. So if you guys got guys playing on Christmas Day, ask questions on the Facebook chat, and people will give you answers. And I know someone put in like a Drake May question in there. And since he's taken over as the starter, he's like averaging like QB 12, QB 13 points per game. I mean, it's nothing special, but I mean, that's a solid QB2 option. I mean,
everybody wants a QB1 on their fantasy roster. And if he is one, then why not? Right.
Yeah.
So he just generates his points a little differently. And that's why in 6 point, I'm going to migrate to the guy. But I was on TJ there on that last question. They're close. So good luck to you.
Yep. I need to put. I hope the answer is TJ because I played Brenton Strange today, but the path to targets is just too good. I need to play 3 out of the following. Which players would you play? So we're sitting 2 of these guys. It looks like
holy
Amon-Ra, BTJ, Bucky Irving, or Cup. Oh, I'm sorry. We're only sitting 1 of these guys. Sorry, I saw Bucky Irving, so I thought it was 2 people. Who are we sitting out of these 4?
Probably
not sitting. We're not sitting Amon-Ra. We're not sitting BTJ, right?
No, but are we sitting?
It's got to be the 2. The 2.
How are you sitting one of those 2?
I don't know. I know the answer seems to – it sounds like the answer would easily be Cup due to last week. I mean, he's been part of all the Facebook memes and everything of people losing their playoff game because of him. I just don't see – I don't see back-to-back games like that. Like I could see him very well getting peppered today. Especially since I feel like Sauce. I mean, I don't think Sauce is going to lock up on one of those guys. I think he'll be on both of them, like evenly potentially throughout the game. And if they were to lock Sauce up on a guy, I would put him on Puka, right?
Plus, I think Sauce is more of a myth than a tough matchup these days.
Yeah, he's been playing better later in the season.
He has,
and I have respect for him too because he's kind of been a little bit banged up. And they asked him like, "Why don't you just, the season's over? Why don't you take time?" He's like, "I get paid to play, so I'm playing."
Yeah,
I have some respect.
Don't get me wrong. I don't think he's not good. I just don't think he's the shutdown guy that he was. Yeah. So BTJ's got the Raiders. Bucky's got the Cowboys, which is pretty nice. Here's my answer, and football, I don't want you to do this, but I think the lowest scoring guy on this list this week is going to be Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm not sitting him. If I had to do this,
I understand what you're saying. You can't sit him.
If I had to do this, I would probably end up sitting Cup, and I hate it, but I'm seriously feeling that Chicago will play better at home. The Lions haven't played outdoors in who knows how long. Jared Goff historically isn't that great outdoors. Let me look at the weather. Now, please don't sit Amon-Ra. It's going to be around freezing. It's 31 degrees Fahrenheit. There's 15-mile-an-hour winds. I think I don't know, man. I would sit Cooper Kupp just based on the way I have it ranked, but I think Amon-Ra is the answer. And I also think you're an absolute moron if you sit Amon-Ra in week 16.
Yeah, I'm sitting Bucky Irving.
Okay.
He had a 3-game stretch of just like really, really strong numbers.
I'm going to write this question down because
he's got the best. I will say he's got a good floor. If you need a floor, if you want to be safe here, you sit Cup. I'll say that. If you want to be safe here, you sit Cup.
Who's your ceiling here?
My ceiling here is Brian Thomas Jr. After last week, he's got to be my ceiling. Mac Jones is looking for him all the time, everywhere. So he's definitely my ceiling play here with no Evan Ingram, which I get, whatever, because Brenton Strange came in and took that role, pretty much all the volume that he was getting. But no Gabe Davis, who is also like a big-bodied receiver that is more of a red zone threat or a deep play threat. They've given that to BTJ. Cup is is probably I think like Bucky has the lowest or like the lowest ceiling here. So I guess I could go Cup because of that. But this is hard, man. This is hard. I feel like if I had this question in 2, 3, 4 leagues, I would do 2 and 2. And
I can make it. I can make an argument for the ceiling on all these guys, and I can make an argument for the floor on all these guys. But I think if I had to make this decision, I would be sitting Cooper Kupp. But I really think, and I wrote it down, I think Amon-Ra is the answer. And I hope it is because I want the Bears to beat the Lions today.
I'll make it easy. I'll just say Cooper Kupp as well. I think when you have these 3 types of guys, I would sit the guy that could potentially give you the less than 6 or 7 points, which is Kupp. I don't see any of these other guys doing that. Man, that's tough.
So too.
That's tough. I just think Kupp is a better red zone threat because of him and Stafford's connection and his route running. That's the problem.
And
he's got the best.
You would think he bounces back. I meant to look, and I never have. I don't know if Cooper Kupp's ever had a 0-catch game in his career. I'm willing to bet he hasn't. So I can't imagine he's going to have as bad a game as he did last week. At the time with those guys listed there, I think Kupp's the guy you got to sit down. That's really hard, though.
Yeah. Kendry Miller or Patrick Taylor, battle of the backups. Or the backups, backup. If you're talking about Patrick Taylor. I'm starting Kendry Miller here.
So am I, and Taylor's their 4th running back, eh?
I mean, if you count the start of the season,
actually he's their 5th. If you include
Elijah Mitchell,
right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Don't let your kids grow up to be Niners running backs. Holy shit!
Yeah, I'm starting Kendry here. Patrick Taylor is just too much unknown with Igbanaga or whatever his name is. He would play for the Jets, right?
Izzy Abanikanda and good old friend of the show, Keyshawn Vaughn, is also there. So plus Kyle Juszczyk could get some touches, and I think they got to get Debo going. So they're going to give him more carries, I think.
I think we just know Kendry's role.
I think so.
He's fresh. Both are fresh, I guess.
He's the best running back on that team right now with Kamara out. Like, it's not Jamal Williams or whatever his name is or anybody else they got there. So, and they're going to struggle. And it's going to be, it looks like it's going to be cold and snowy in Green Bay on Monday night. So I think it all leads back to just ground and pound for the Saints as best as they can. Volume based, I go Miller. I just don't know what Taylor does. He might be good. What the hell do I know? Everybody else they put out there seems to do okay, but
he's got the upside. I mean, still no Trent does have the upside.
Still no Trent Williams. That's huge to the Niners run game. So it's Miller for me.
I just wouldn't be surprised if somehow Patrick Taylor is not the starter at the start of the game. Like, I have no clue. He might go in for the first snap, but I feel like if the other guy has a couple of good runs, Kyle Shanahan's going to roll with the hot back. So too risky to start Patrick Taylor in the playoffs for me. Start 2, Ridley, Marvin Harrison Jr., and Doubs. Marvin Harrison boxed up last week. Tried to let people know he was going to put a crappy game up.
And Gonzalez played well, man.
Man, they kept targeting.
Should have had a pick in the back of the end zone. He almost had that.
They kept targeting Marvin for those deep ball touchdowns, and Gonzalez is on him like glue.
Yeah,
best corner in the league. I'll argue it all day. Ridley, Marvin Harrison. Doubs. Who are you sitting here? Doubs just came off a big week as well.
I'm sitting Doubs.
Yes, I am too. Mason Rudolph coming in as a starter actually helps Ridley, I think, too.
Yeah, I don't think it hurts. I think Marvin Harrison gets Carolina, and if you're ever going to get your shit together, this could be the week. I know Carolina's been better, but they give up a bunch of stuff, and Calvin Ridley's still Calvin Ridley, and been saying this. I think we've both been saying this all year. Green Bay just has so many options in that offense that one week it's Christian Watson, the next week it's Jaden Reed, and then it's Romeo Doubs, and then it's Jacobs running, and then all of a sudden it's Kraft, and now it looks like Musgrave might be back as well. So I just can't hitch my wagon to anything so inconsistent in such an important week. This is the same receiver.
The only Green Bay guy that's been a guy you feel comfortable starting all year is Josh Jacobs. So
and Doubs is only like 4 or 5 weeks away from getting suspended because he was bitching so much. So who knows? But I'm going to pass on him.
Jalen McMillan, Jaden Reed, Patrick Taylor, sitting one of these guys. We're just talking about Green Bay. Are we starting starting him over Patrick Taylor, Jalen McMillan. Which guy are we sitting here? I think the answer is Patrick Taylor. I'm sitting him.
Me too. And if it wasn't Taylor, I'd be sitting Reed because I think Jalen McMillan is sliding into an excellent spot in Tampa. Cade Otton's out. We all know that Chris Godwin's been out for a while. McMillan's starting to round into form. He's got a relationship with his quarterback. I think him and Evans both have a nice game today. So, but I'd sit Patrick Taylor. He's kind of the guy I kind of wonder.
He's just too much unknown there.
Yep.
He could easily be the answer, but it's just I can't take the risk of him potentially not even getting 10 touches today. I can't take that risk. If I knew it's like, oh, we're riding with him, he's going to be the workhorse. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm using him. If they didn't even have another running back, because they're like, oh, just put Kyle Juszczyk back there if he gets hurt or Debo back there, cool. But it's not. There's another guy there available for potentially take touches from him, who's actually pretty explosive too.
I'm very interested to see if Abanikanda is even active because he hasn't been the last couple of weeks, and Vaughn has been. So
yeah,
maybe Keyshawn Vaughn blocks better than Izzy. I don't know. Can't carry the ball, so.
I have one running back spot to fill and 2 flex spots, and it's 0.5 tight end premium.
Okay.
So we got Pollard. So we got a running back 2 flex. Okay. Pollard, White, Tracy, Patrick Taylor, Brenton Strange, Jaden Reed. So let's go with the running back first. Out of the 4 running backs, who are we starting? Oh, gosh.
I know I'm hesitant on Pollard in my own question, but Pollard's probably my answer. It's either Pollard or White.
It is. I'll go with Rachaad White.
I'm changing my mind. I'm going to go with you. I think
seems like he's been finding the end zone a lot lately.
And he's a PPR machine, right? So he's going to –
But all the Tampa Bay running backs are good.
And without a tight end, it's more likely that Baker either checks down or takes off, right? So I could see more targets going in that check down range because he's losing that middle of the field comfort with Cade Otton. Yeah. So
now here's the crazy thing is now we got 2 flex and it is a tight end premium, and that makes it easily Brenton Strange for me. That's the crazy thing.
I got 2 flexes. So Strange is one of mine. Who's your other one? Are you going to flex Pollard?
I think I am.
Yeah.
Jaden Reed's just been he's just been not utilized. I don't want to say he's good. I just feel like he's just not being utilized. Jordan Love isn't playing as well as he was last year.
Reed just comes off the field.
The weather might be crappy too.
I think it will be. It looks like it's going to be. I'll look at the weather here in a second. But Reed just comes up off the field too much, right? He's off the field unless they're in three wide receiver sets. So
yep.
Yeah, we got 30 degrees and slight chance of freezing drizzle in Green Bay on Monday. So I'm out on the passing game as of right now.
Right. Yep. Did you go Pollard as well for your other flex?
Yeah, so I'll go Pollard, White, Strange to fill those last 3 spots. Good luck, Jeffrey.
Yep.
Roto Heat legend, Jeffrey Jacobs.
Johnny Bear down. What's up? Pushing for first. Aren't we all? I'm in 6 leagues today in the playoffs, and I'm favored in all but 1.
I got bounced in 2 last week. I think I'm down to 4. My biggest fear is I'm down to none after today, but we'll see. But yeah, Johnny Bear, let's bear down. Let's beat those Lions.
Juwan Jennings or Ramondre Stevenson? This is easily Juwan Jennings.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's not even close. Ramondre might not get to play the second half. He's not even their passing down back anymore. Might be a good buy for the offseason, but I said that last year and it was wrong. The Patriots somehow got worse. So everywhere except quarterback position, essentially. So
yep.
Shakir, that's what I'm telling you. Shakir. Kyler Murray or Jaden Daniels? Everyone's talking about the Jaden Daniels matchup is not ideal today, but this is a big game and it is in the division. So both rushing upside quarterbacks. We've had this question all year, I feel like. Always Kyler and Jaden.
They're back-to-back in my rankings. I have Daniels at 6 and Kyler at 7. I talked about how Kyler's always good in division, and he always plays good in Seattle. He was terrible. He played terrible again last week. And terrible might not be the right way to sum it up, but from fantasy perspective, he's not running and he's not throwing touchdowns. So if Kyler's not running and he's not throwing touchdowns, what the hell are we going to do with him? Jaden Daniels is – let me ask you this. Who runs for more yards in that game today, Hurts or Daniels?
Daniels.
I think so.
Hurts doesn't have to run. Hurts doesn't have to run a lot. anymore.
I think
you don't have to do design runs, I should say.
And I think Daniels is getting over that rib injury. Like I think he's almost all the way back. And
it's important. It's an important game for them.
It is. It's got a lot of playoff implication for them. I think
that's for sure.
There is some stuff that can chase them down in the NFC if they don't get there. But
I mean, it's an important game for both teams in all reality. So this could be a fun game to watch.
It is, right? Like I keep my pie in the sky dreams of the Vikings finishing as the 1 seed. We need the Eagles to lose today, and we need the Lions to lose, obviously. But I just think Daniels, if he's going to be successful today, he's got to run the ball. And that's going to generate fantasy points. And Kyler is just staying within their offense and making things happen. And James Conner's been the driving force of the Arizona offense. So I'm going to go Daniels here. I don't dislike Kyler. I have him at 7. I'm starting him in a super flex league with Jalen Hurts and hoping that those two guys can get it going. But that's a tough spot for sure. 1 QB league, I'm going to go with Daniels just and hope he's got the legs to get me there.
Yep, I'm going to also slightly go to Jaden Daniels as well. I need the Patriots to do to Josh Allen what they did to Kyler Murray last week. So bad.
Good luck.
Probably not going to happen. Yeah, I will pray.
This is from earlier. Does Custer have Allen?
Yeah, Allen and Lamar. That's why he's number 1.
Holy hell.
Bo Nix and Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Okay. And I'm sitting at a higher
seed. Bo did okay.
He did. He did better than Lamar.
You seriously starting DTR today?
I don't have an option. It was Jameis before that. And then it was Deshaun Watson before that. I don't have a number. I did have Michael Penix Jr. on my taxi squad, but I traded him to get better at running back.
You don't have a better running back or wide receiver or tight end than what DTR is going to do today?
Tyrone Tracy. No. I got a starting lineup, and that's it.
All right, I'll leave you be. Good luck.
So I got no depth. I got no depth, but I got 2 first-round picks next year, so that's where we get my depth. Don't like divisional matchups at all. I don't really mind them for fantasy purposes a lot of times. I really don't like picking them when I'm picking, like, if I'm picking winners. Like, if you're in, like, some sort of,
I think they tend to generate close games, right? Like,
yeah, I do.
Like you're the one that pointed that out to me earlier in the year, and then I started paying attention. And I was like, "Holy shit, you're right." So
yeah, this seems like a lot of times divisional games aren't blowout. Today's might be against the Patriots and Bills, but it wouldn't surprise me if somehow it wasn't. But I would have had more faith if Bill Belichick was our head coach because our defense has gotten super soft.
There is. I mentioned it to you a few weeks back, and you didn't think so, but there's more and more like rumblings out there that these last two are very important for Jahmyr.
Yeah, and I would be okay with us moving on from him and going to Mike Vrabel. I'd be cool with that.
I think the list of people who want Vrabel is long, but obviously he's got ties to your organization, right? So that would make sense.
Yep. Njoku or Pitts? Njoku injury concern and DTR. Will Pitts be better with Penix? That's, I'm predicting it will be, but that's not predicting much, right? I mean, you're talking about a guy that's like getting 4 points to potentially 8. Who are you going here? Because I unfortunately am going to go with Pitts.
I have always been a huge Kyle Pitts guy. He pisses me off more than anything else, probably because my takes on him have been so wrong over the years. But I don't think Njoku plays. And if he does, I think he's limited. And I'll go with Pitts. Like, I don't – like, what's Pitts' ceiling today? 12? Maybe he gets a touchdown?
I mean, his ceiling could be potentially sky high. With his ceiling is unknown. I'd say his ceiling and his floor are unknown today. His floor is 0. His floor is 0. Let me say that. But his ceiling is unknown right now.
Yeah. See, I think his ceiling is like a base room suite. I just don't think it's very high. But at the same time, I don't think Njoku plays. I'm just trying to look him up.
Mm-hmm. So we're both on Pitts there. Shakir or Robinson Jr.? Brian Robinson Jr.? I will go the tough matchup. Not ideal, but I'm going to predict that game is high scoring and potentially will get an opportunity closer to the line.
Cody, don't make me say bad things about Shakir.
I hope the answer is Shakir.
I am going Shakir. Philly's run defense is legit.
Right.
So
I feel like every time we think Brian Robinson Jr. is going to have a bad game, he has a good game. So
that's okay. I need him in a league desperately, so I'm okay with that.
Starting Kyron Williams, Bucky, and St. Brown. Already started Ladd. Need my flex. Walker or Thielen? I will go with Kenneth Walker.
I will too.
Yeah, I think the PPR upside for Kenneth Walker is very good today. We saw how Zach Charbonnet was used in the past game with Walker out, and I think Walker could step right back into that.
I don't think he gets those targets, though.
He might not get as many, but we see, like, if Zach Charbonnet wasn't there, I think Kenneth Walker would put up what Zach Charbonnet did with no Kenneth Walker. But when they're both available and healthy, they kind of they utilize both of them a decent amount. So I think we just saw the targets the running back gets all go to Charbonnet because he was the only one to throw them to. Where when they're both out there, they kind of get split amongst the two. I'll go with Walker. I have a question to piggyback on this. Would you bench Walker or I don't know if Tyreek Hill is going today. I hope
he'll go.
He is. Okay. I got Walker on my bench right now, dude. But I got like DJ Moore and Garrett Wilson in my flex. Do you bench either of them? Or what about my gosh, what's his name? Breece Hall.
I'd start Walker over Hall. He's been scary lately.
Huh? Actually, he did get in the end zone last week, and he was on
all
touches.
He did.
Yeah, but he was limited. They did say he was going to be limited just for the week. Luckily,
I have them back to back. I'm a liar. I have Breece Hall one spot ahead of Walker.
Yeah, that's right up.
Shit, I have Brian Robinson Jr. 2 spots ahead of those guys. I don't know what I'm doing. It's tough, man. Like, obviously, if you're in the playoffs, you probably have a good roster. So you probably are making some start and sit decisions that aren't comfortable.
Tyreek Hill is expected to play.
Yeah, I had no doubt that he would play, but I don't know if that matters.
Well, there's no Jalen Waddle, so it could help. It might increase a couple. Might get a couple more targets than he normally would. I don't know.
He might. Tua's been weird lately.
David Njoku is active.
Okay.
So you're flexing Walker as well over Thielen?
I am, yeah.
Yep. Okay. I sold Penix and Ridley for a 2026 first and third and a one QB. Easy.
Killed
easy
it.
Peasy. Lemon squeezy.
Killed it.
And he has Burrow, May, and Rattler already. Yeah, he's your third.
Keep trading. Trade one more. You can drop Rattler, but you can trade another one if you want.
Yeah, one QB. I would look to get rid of. I think it depends. I'd look to get rid of either one. I mean, Burrow's going to be more of the long-term play for sure, guaranteed long-term play at this point. But
I'd trade May.
Yeah, I probably would too. But he does have the nice rushing floor that I can see being helpful.
He does.
In the future.
All those 60-yard rushing games he's had this year.
It's a touchdown. That's a touchdown.
It's a touchdown.
Closer to 40. But 40 is a touchdown in most leagues.
Correct.
Right? Rodgers or Richardson at QB? This is Richardson for me.
It is for me. I have – so in that one league where I said I was 13-1 and I think I'm trending towards losing, is there a world where you put Rodgers over Kyler?
No.
Okay.
No. Not if you're underdog. You got to take the rushing upside and hope Kyler can break off a 60-yard touchdown run.
Even a broken play, right? Just like get on your horse and go. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Sometimes I need to get talked off the ledge with my own rosters.
Yeah. One QB, one wide receiver, one running back, one flex. Allen and Daniels. Out.
Always.
Amon-Ra, St. Brown, Higgins, JSN, Evans. We had this last week. This is the one I lost the bet on. What wide receiver? Because we're probably picking a wide receiver and a flex here, right? Well, hold on. Let's wait for that. Let's go.
Let's get our running back here. Let's get our running back.
Pollard, or pick up Matt or Etienne. Who's Matt? Madison, maybe?
Could be.
Yeah, because Sincere McCormick is out.
I'm not starting Madison or Etienne over Pollard, so that's my running back. Is Pollard.
I don't think I am either. So we'll go Pollard, and then so we got our wide receiver and our flex, which are both going to be wide receivers, right? So
yep.
It's AJ Brown for me. which we saw. He had his pretty big game last week that we expected, 25 fantasy points or something. Pretty solid game. All these guys had good games. The worst scorer last week of these 4 players was JSN at 18 points. I mean,
who'd you have?
I had JSN. But if you had told me JSN has 10 catches for 80 yards, I'd probably felt somewhat comfortable. He gets in the end zone, he's got 24. I've been like, sweet. But I was like, Higgins got that bullcrap touchdown.
So this one's kind of easy for me. And I know I don't mean to belittle the question because it's a valid question. But it's Allen at quarterback. My receiver is A.J. Brown. My running back is Tony Pollard. And I am flexing JSN.
Flexing JSN over Evans.
Against the Vikings running in the middle of the field? Yes, please.
Man, I just feel like they're going to try to get Evans his 1,000 yards.
He's close. You're making me think now.
Yeah, I
really I'm back with you. I'm back with you. Yeah. I missed Evans there, to be honest.
It's Evans for me, too. Man,
he's got 726 yards receiving right now.
Yeah, he could definitely get there. 100%.
I hope he gets there today. I desperately need it.
It's crazy. I was in a league. I didn't make the playoffs, and I tried my hardest to sell Devontae Adams and Evans before the playoffs, and nobody bit. And then, of course, both of them completely go nuclear in the first round of the playoffs.
Clearly, I'm not in that league. That's the same thing I tried to do. I tried to do the same with Josh Jacobs, and
I didn't get a message back. I had
a deal lined up. Would you have taken James Cook for Josh Jacobs? Because that was the deal I had lined up, and then the guy never replied, and that was it.
You are giving James Cook away, or you're getting him?
Oh, I was trading Jacobs for Cook.
And you're out of the playoffs?
Oh, yeah.
If I was in the playoffs, I would rather have Josh Jacobs. So, yeah,
sure.
I would probably take it.
I
took Derrick Henry. I took Derrick Henry for James Cook, right? So, so far it looks decent. So far.
I think that team's going to be an orphan next year, but we'll see.
Should we? Oh, sorry. Tracy Taylor, Kendra, or Spears?
Taylor.
I think this might be Patrick Taylor.
I think it's Jonathan Taylor.
I don't think Jonathan Taylor would be in the question.
I think he would.
Kid Tricksta, can you clarify if this is Patrick Taylor or Jonathan Taylor? And we do have a super chat, and they put it in and then asked the question before, so get to that. And then we got one from Johnny way down there as well.
Okay, let's answer this. Let's answer this one. If it's not Jonathan Taylor, and then
I don't think he'd be asking if it was Jonathan Taylor. That's why I think it's Patrick Taylor. With that being said, I would go with Kendra Miller.
I'll go Miller if it's not Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor if it is Jonathan Taylor.
Correct. Yep, I'll be with you there.
I've got the spot if you want to go to. Do you got to go anywhere or no?
Nope, I got it right here. Okay, so they donated 99 cents after this. Thank you so much. Thank you. Asked Brian Thomas Jr. or A.J. Brown. Jesus.
It's A.J. Brown for me. It's close.
Yeah, it is A.J. Brown, but good Lord, I would hate having Brian Thomas
How are
Jr.
you sitting? How are you sitting that? Like, what are you playing?
It's got to be a 10-man with very, very few flex options or maybe none. I'm in a league where you start 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, and 1 flex.
Back to back in my rankings, wide receivers
10-man too.
9. Back to back in my rankings, wide receivers 9 and 10 this week.
Yep. And then Johnny with the $2 asked PPR pick up off waivers, Ertz, Njoku, Strange, Henry to start this week. It's Strange.
It is. Yep.
It's start the rest of the year. Yeah.
Yeah. If they stick with DTR, then I don't like Njoku nearly as much. Nope. Rest of year rankings based on everything being what it is, I would go Strange, Henry, Ertz, and Njoku right now. And Ertz would be higher, but I'm a little worried about his health. So Mac Jones likes the tight end. Simple as that.
All right. Go ahead. Click on where we're at. Cody, should we stay away from Judy this week? I don't know. Is there any more context for sure? I was in a situation where I steered clear of him and started Cooper Kupp instead. Obviously, not everyone's going to have such a decent option as a backup. I just don't think DTR. We've seen DTR before, and he's just not that great of a passer. It wouldn't surprise me if Jameis at some point gets to come in this game. which would suck for me playing DTR in a fantasy playoff today, but I don't have a choice. So maybe is the question.
So I had him ranked in the last couple of weeks almost in the top 12. I'm at 35 this week. I'm just trying to see, like, I know I have a league where I think I sat him. Yeah, I've sat him, and I'm rolling with Cooper Kupp, DK Metcalf, and Shakir as my 3 receivers, and my flexes are Swift and Bucky Irving. So I'm fortunate enough to have some pretty good options there as well. But
yeah, Swift
I think
too.
Jerry Jeudy's a low-end wide receiver 3, in my opinion, if that helps you with your lineup stuff. What'd you say about revenge game?
Swift.
Oh, yeah.
Second league, 2 wide receiver, 2 running back, 1 tight end, and a flex. DJ Moore, Adams, JSN, and Metcalf, and Addison. And then we got Jacobs, Irving, B-Rob, Pollard, Kittle, and then Kittle or Bowers.
Okay, what do you want to do, wide receivers?
Yeah, let's go wide receivers first.
DJ Moore.
Easy.
So Adams.
Easy. It's Adams and JSN for me.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Running backs, we've got Jacobs, Irving. Jacobs for sure. I think it's Jacobs and Irving, right?
Jacobs and Irving. B-Rob does have a tough matchup. I don't mind starting him, but I'm not going to start him over this first 2.
Okay.
And then Kittle or Bowers.
It's Bowers.
I can't sit Bowers. I know last week he didn't do too well.
But he's going to get O'Connell back this week. O'Connell will throw the ball 15 times.
Yep. So we are going to our flex. And the flex is easy for me. It's DJ Moore.
Could be Kittle.
If it was a tight end premium, it would be for me. But even then, I don't know. Yeah, I'll go DJ Moore. Even when the Bears did bad, he hasn't done god awful. Let's see.
They were playing better together. I'm just trying to find where I have them in my flex rank.
Yeah, he hasn't put up less than 10 points the past 5 games. He gives you a really safe floor.
I've got Kittle 6 spots ahead of DJ Moore, so I'm going to go with Kittle as my flex.
Yeah, that's a good one. Amari Cooper was not the answer last week.
Amari Cooper's not the answer this week either.
It sure isn't. I'm going Patrick Taylor here.
Yeah. The volume alone, right? Like, even if Taylor catches or gets 12 touches, that's probably 8 more than Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper's got to score to make the answer Amari Cooper.
Yeah, so the thing I saw with Amari Cooper that was more alarming than anything, like the 0 targets was okay, that sucks. But when I saw 30% on-field snap percentage, yeah, no thanks. He's washed at this point. I mean, he might come in and have some veteran plays here and there, but I think the days of Amari Cooper being a startable fantasy asset are completely over.
I think this is just the year that you don't trade for a wide receiver mid-season. Like we saw what happened to Deontay Johnson and Amari Cooper. Hasn't been good. Somebody's going to pick up Devontae.
The only one that hasn't been god awful, and even then he hasn't really been a great fantasy asset, would be probably DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Adams too, I guess.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's he's going to a place where he was very familiar. So that's just basically Adams going back to what he was, where these guys are going into a completely new situation. So definitely a little bit different. But
I kind of want the Vikings to pick up Deontay Johnson. I don't know if I'm crazy or what, but why not? Somebody's going to claim him.
Yeah. Only reason I ask about Allen or Daniels is because Allen is playing through hand issues, and I'm worried if he takes lead steps out. Isn't his left hand anyway? And unless James Cook scores all 4 touchdowns or 5 touchdowns to put them in a situation where he's out of the game, Josh Allen could easily have 4 to 5 touchdowns today. I mean, they got to be up like 5-6 scores in the second half, going into the second half for him to be taken out, and probably over 2 scores in the fourth quarter. So I wouldn't worry. I wouldn't worry about his left hand too much.
There's no way I'm sitting this guy.
I do see a path where he doesn't run a lot today. I do see a path where he doesn't run much.
If there was a time where I would start Daniels over Allen, it wouldn't be when Daniels is facing the Eagles. That's the biggest deterrent to starting him over Josh Allen, more so than Josh Allen, in my opinion, is that Fangio's defense has really turned it on and has become one of the better defenses in the NFL. So I know I said earlier if Daniels is going to beat him, he has to run, but I still think Josh Allen runs for at least 40 yards and 1 rushing touchdown today.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how does he not? You cut that guy's left hand off, he's still going to be the best quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, I think we see a lot of James Cook today.
Hopefully. I don't know. We'll see.
James Conner ran all over us. So
where's the game?
Buffalo. You hide your face.
It's a beautiful. It's a beautiful day in Buffalo. It's 9 degrees.
Yeah. So a lot of I think they keep Josh Allen healthy. They know it's going to be an easy win today. I think it's going to be a lot of James Cook, maybe a decent amount of Ray Davis. Dr. Giggles with the TD only league question. Same one we got last week, and we went Jaden Daniels. Are we changing it this week?
Nope. Could be Ty Johnson involved in Buffalo too. He's playing more than he was before.
Yeah, as a receiver though, weird.
Yeah.
I don't think he ran the ball last week.
I really enjoyed him doing that to the Lions, considering the Lions cut him.
I really think this answer for me might be Sam Darnold and a TD. And a TD only.
I'm a Vikings fan, so I worry about us week in and week out.
It's not Tua for me. I think it's Sam Darnold for me.
So Darnold would be my second option, but I'll go with Daniels, and I could see why you would say Darnold because in TD only, the Vikings could score more touchdowns than the Commanders, right? So
sure.
I see that. I just worry Minnesota stinks in Seattle. They always do. I don't know why. I get it. It's a totally different team at this point, but that's me being a Vikings fan in my core. But I just think Jaden Daniels is the better fantasy asset. He has been all season. So I'm in the semifinals. I probably got here on the strength of Jaden Daniels. I'm going to roll with Jaden Daniels.
Patrick Taylor or Alexander Madison, full PPR? Jeez.
Madison.
Congrats to you being in the semifinals and then having this option. The rest of your team must be pretty decent. I'm in a situation where I'm starting Jalen Coker today. So, and if he for some reason can't go, I've got David Moore.
I was going to say, is he playing?
I've got David Moore in case because I had Xavier Legette. I didn't have Xavier Legette starting. I had Alvin Kamara in my last flex. Another league where my starting lineup is really good, but my depth is horrible. And my depth wasn't bad at the start of the season because Deontay Johnson and Amari Cooper were on my bench, who were decent flex options if bye weeks or injuries happen. But those two guys have completely become irrelevant fantasy-wise. So this is going to be Patrick Taylor for me. Yeah,
by a hair. Like they're 2 spots ahead apart in my rankings.
Yeah, and this is also the emergence of Amir Abdullah actually being a decent back end of the backfield. So that takes that away from Matt Madison. Madison's basically a rush only option, and so is Patrick Taylor. So
yeah, I will say I'm hoping that Amir Abdullah's role in the passing game diminishes and it increases Brock Bowers, but we'll see. But you're right. He's been that team is hard to really get your head around because who knows what the hell they're doing. So, but Taylor's got a better chance of running in from 3 yards out than Alexander Madison. So that's why he's my answer.
Yep, I agree. Pick one running back and one flex, PPR league. Patrick Taylor, DK Metcalf, Jalen McMillan, Tyrone Tracy, or Alexander Madison. So the running back for me is Tyrone Tracy.
Same.
The flex. The flex is DK Metcalf.
It's either Metcalf or McMillan for me. I think it's probably DK. I'll take a quick look at the old rankings here, but I'm pretty sure it's DK.
Yeah, it's DK for me.
It is. Not by a lot, but it is.
Pick one PPR, Judy, McMillan, Kendre, Patrick Taylor. I will go Judy here.
I will go one moment. I think I'm McMillan. I will. No, I won't. Sorry. 2 spots behind Jerry Judy. Jerry Judy it is.
Yeah. at this point, if you're starting Judy, your hope is that game gets ugly and Jameis comes in the second half.
Well, and if DTR has to throw, and he probably will, who's he going to throw to?
Right.
He's probably throwing it to Jerry Judy, right? So
Andre stats up, fellas. Pick one, half PPR, down, DJ Moore, Coker. This is easily DJ Moore for me. Yeah,
same with me. I don't know if Coker goes and Downs is might as well be in the witness protection program at this point.
Yeah. Or actually, Anthony Richardson should be for all his receivers.
He has been so bad. And I keep starting
Jalen Coker is playing. Jalen Coker is playing. Brian Robinson or Walker, half point PPR is Walker for me.
Me too. It's close, but it's Walker.
Yep. Penix or JD5. It's Jaden Daniels for me.
It is for me too, and I understand the question, and I think the answer might very well be Penix Jr., but to me, it's always process over results, and your process is Jaden Daniels has got you here. We don't know what Michael Penix is. We know he was a nice deep ball thrower in college, but there's about 450 of those guys on their couch watching just like you and me.
Yeah.
So
it's exciting, right? It's exciting to start a guy we haven't seen yet on a team that, in theory, is super quarterback friendly for talent.
I think next week they play each other. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Marco, what's up? Cup had 2 zero-catch games in his career.
Thank you.
In 2018.
I love it when I get stuff like that. I love it how the guy in the future had to go back to the past to find me that answer. That's awesome.
Need a flex.
Marco, I need some future answers, bud. You DM me after this.
What's he do today? Need a flex. Ridley, McMillan, or Kendre Miller? 0.5 PPR.
Kendre Miller catch the ball?
I don't know if
Kamara's always been in the lineup, right? So we don't really know the answer to that.
Yeah, I think losing Kamara today is very beneficial for Taysom Hill. Is Taysom Hill playing?
No, he's out for the year.
Oh, he is out for the year. Yeah,
there's
I don't want any part of that offense, honestly, outside of Kendre Miller. But even that being said,
I don't know if Olave's been ruled out yet because he got activated.
Did he? Let's see.
I think he did.
I'm gonna go with Ridley here, though.
I might have McMillan ranked higher this week. Oh, I don't.
Olave is ruled out.
Bullshit. It's Ridley for me as well. It would be Ridley, Miller, McMillan, I think, for me. Yeah. I think Kendre Miller might have 25 carries on Monday night.
He could. I hope Josh Jacobs does too. Playoffs, baby. Full PPR, different league. 3 separate questions. Okay. Start one. Start one running back, 1 flex. Abdullah, Madison, Spears, Odunze, Strange. Good Lord, that's a bad situation. Okay. That's not ideal, buddy.
I'm starting Spears and flexing Strange.
I think I'm on that same path to you. Yeah, I don't mind Odunze today. I feel like he could get that garbage time work. I guess he actually had a decent amount of targets last week.
I don't think you're getting garbage time. I think that's a close football game today.
Even then, they had a close game last week, if I'm not mistaken. And Odunze, did they? Odunze had a lot of decent amount of targets last week.
Yeah, but 2 weeks ago, Odunze had 2 garbage time touchdowns, or else he was a disaster. I just think next year's the year. Dynasty managers, go trade for Rome Odunze right now because I think it's next year for him.
Yep. So Strange and Spears, I'm on board with that. And then next question, Hunter Henry or Strange?
Oh no, go ahead. Sorry. Yeah, I'm reading wrong.
Yep. Then there's the one question with the tight end, Henry or Strange? It's Strange.
Strange again.
Yep. And then the last question, 1 running back, 1 tight end. K9 and Ford, Ertz and Chig. Merry Christmas. K9. Merry Christmas.
Yep.
I do like Ford today, though. K9 and then Ertz. Ertz against his old team, the Eagles, today. I could see a little bit of a revenge narrative there for him. So, yeah, give me that.
I like that. I will join you in that. Although Chig all of a sudden has a pulse. But yes,
but now he's changing quarterbacks. He kind of had that pulse with Levis.
That's true. Yeah, I'll go with Ertz. I think I like that. I'm always a big revenge game guy, so I like that.
I also had Pollard slightly above Tracy as my second flex, but Tracy has the workload. Yeah.
Agree.
Zing Season, thanks for your support. Keep up the great work. Wishing you a Merry Christmas and fantastic end of your year. I hope to see you next season. We'll
Love
be here
you.
unless
Thank you
anything
for
crazy.
That. Yeah, unless somebody cans us.
Wish me luck against the Rick Butts. I don't know if I'm allowed.
I'll wish you luck against Rick Butts. Go get him, Joe.
All right, does it say Rick's at the bottom of your screen?
It does. Is he lurking today? I wanted him to come on. I've been trying to get him on for weeks.
I tried to talk to him. He didn't say nothing. Thank you for everything.
He's got radio.
Thank you for everything. I'm in the semifinals, projected to lose by 10.
I feel you.
It's only my second year watching football. Last year, you helped me with my first championship. Keep grinding.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
We helped you with your first year of football, and you won a championship. That's awesome.
I can't even help myself win a championship, so that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm in 6. Man, I'm in 6, and realistically, I have a chance. I don't think I beat Custer today. I'm not gonna. I hope I do, but I don't. I'm good. That one's the one I'm the most nervous about.
You should.
But I've got a chance to win 4 or 5 leagues this year, and I did not win any last year, and I should have. So
I don't know if I won a league last year or not either. I think I'm going to be in.
Oh no, I did. I won the intergalactic one, the one Rick's first year one that I just tried to trade Adams and Evans in. Injuries killed me in that one.
I play in a lot of like charitable redraft leagues where there isn't a prize, and I don't care. That's not why I play in them, but I might win one of those. Yeah, I think I got a shot at 1 or 2 of my leagues, but I'm here to help these guys win. And I don't need to win, which is good because
I just like fantasy football. So
I like that. Stories like that last one is, without getting all corny and after school specialist, is why I do this. Like, to help somebody win is freaking great, and I get to talk about this crap.
Yeah, I'll send you my Cash App. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's fair.
Wandale, Patrick Taylor, Downs, Demario, Douglas, Tolbert, or Westbrook Ikeen. Start 1.
What is this shit?
Marco, are you in the playoffs? What is this? A consolation bracket question? That's so mean. Man. It's between 2 people to me.
It's between 2 to me.
Who's your 2?
Taylor,
I think one of them for
Douglas.
Sure. Okay, good. We're on the same path. Okay.
Taylor and Douglas are my 2, and I'm going Taylor.
I'll go Douglas.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think Douglas has a nice little floor, and Taylor's is unknown. That's the only reason. By the way, I don't know about sitting. We're not sitting him, but we did. He's predicting he has the worst week.
I think I'm insane, but I just have that feeling. So, football, you're here every week, and we love you for it. So come on back. You can either laugh at me, or I could take a victory lap next week.
You didn't say sitting. You said you're not sitting him, but you do have a.
I said I would not sit him. I would not sit him, but I think he's the lowest scorer of that.
I did that last week when Marvin Harrison Jr. was in some questions. I said Marvin Harrison's not going to have a good week, but I can't bench him over some of these guys, right? And that's what you have to do sometimes. Sometimes, not always. Like he was getting put in questions with like some really stretches, right? Like Coker was one of them. Even though Coker did outperform him, right? But like you're not going to like start Marvin over him. It's hard to do that.
You can't.
And Coker got a big play that helped him.
Again, results are awesome, but the process needs to matter. And unless your process is totally flawed, then you got to trust it.
Like, let me just look here because we're catching up.
Okay, this next question, I'm just going to throw this next question out there while you're at it. So Craig Wayne, Neighbors or London, half-point PPR. How the hell do you have a roster in a league where one of these guys isn't in a flex spot or your second wide receiver? Yeah. So congrats on having an awesome lineup. I'm going to go with London, who I have 2 spots ahead of Neighbors.
I'll go Neighbors.
Yeah.
He's just getting peppered.
I just don't think there's a wrong answer. Did Drew Lock pepper him like everybody else did? Because Lock's the quarterback.
Whoever was their quarterback last week. Yeah, everybody was.
Wasn't Tim Boyle the quarterback last week?
I don't even know if it matters at this point. Neighbors is kind of quarterback proof. He'll be having Shador throw him the ball next year, which is a huge upgrade. I'll go Neighbors. I'll go Neighbors. And just for example, like last week, I feel like I remember vividly, like Marvin Harrison was getting questions with like Jalen Coker. They both had 6. If you knew before the game started, both of these guys only had 6 targets going in. Which one are you choosing? You choosing Marvin, right? Well, Jalen Coker put up 21 points to Marvin's like 5. So
Coker scored, I'm assuming.
Yeah, scored. He had a huge touchdown.
Oh yeah, like an 85-yarder or something.
Yeah. So again, it's just like you can't predict. We're just regular people. We don't know that stuff's going to happen. So
we are regular people. Look at this guy. Speaking of not regular people, we got one coming.
Too much question.
We got a legend in the chat coming up.
Who? Where?
It's coming. Just stay on task. I'll get you there.
You might. Okay. Hawk or Kincaid? Full PPR.
Hawkinson.
It's Hawk. That's Hawkinson for me as well.
Kincaid's so inconsistent. Kincaid's been so inconsistent.
Well, he's hurt all year as well. He came back and actually had a decent.
He did have a good game last week. He did have a good game last week, but he's still inconsistent even before he got hurt.
Yep.
Hawkinson's rounding into form too. Hey, like Hawk is really starting to come into his own. He could have his best. I will say this: he'll have his best game of the season this week.
Hello, guys. Would you start Rachaad White or DK Metcalf in half PPR? I'll go with Rachaad White.
I will too.
And man, I don't know. That's a hard one. Like one of those gut ones. Just go with it. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to look too much into it.
I think the Bucs could blow the doors off the Cowboys though, and that's why I will go with White. If the Vikings lose, it'll be close.
Oh, I see your legend. Yeah, we went JD5, and it was somebody else that asked it too. Oh no, it wasn't. No.
Same guy.
Yep. All right, Jamo, Daubs, or Coker. Start one.
She doesn't like this question. I think it's Daubs. She eating raw meat again? Put that shit in the fridge, dude.
She's grabbing the whole snack bucket off the shelf.
Good for her. Do it. It's Christmas. Dobbs.
I want it to be Coker because I have to start him, but I would go with Dobbs as well. Oh man, I don't know the weather, man.
I don't like JMO outside. That's why I'm not doing it.
Yeah, JMO's last for me here. Actually, I'm gonna go Coker. I'm gonna change it to Coker. A lot of targets today. No Xavier Legette. It's just him and Adam Thielen to throw the ball to. So they're going to have to throw today. So, yeah, I'll go with potentially 8 to 10 targets. I don't like it, though. That's a hard one, too. Rodgers or Stafford this week? Stafford.
Yeah, I have Stafford a couple spots higher. Stafford's really been pretty damn good since other than the last week, obviously, but he's been pretty damn good since he's had both his top 2 wide receivers back.
Yeah. Drake May or Caleb or Jaden for the second super fun. This is your legend, I imagine. Already starting Burrow.
Yeah, you're definitely starting Burrow.
Was this your legend?
Sure is.
Oh, I'm on one league with Craig, and I'm trying to leave it. It's an IDP league, and
why? Because of Craig? Like that's a horrible thing to say.
Well, it's an IDP league, and I thought I'd start paying attention to defensive players, and I really just don't. I don't care about them. I hate it.
So my options are May, Caleb, or Jaden.
Yeah, it's Jaden.
Jaden.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was looking at the other 2.
The other 2 would be Drake May.
I have Caleb ahead of May. That's wrong. I should move that. Don't poo-poo me. Craig, good luck.
Walker or Ford. Only reason I'm considering Ford is Cincinnati defense is bad, but their offense is good, and they could be scoring a lot today, which puts even Jerome Ford's a good PPR back, though. I like Jerome Ford as an option today. I just don't like him enough to put him in over Kenneth Walker.
I'm not putting him in over Walker either, but I everything you just said, I agree with 100%.
Yeah, I do like Jerome Ford today. I like him for DFS.
I might have to DFS it up.
Pick up Strange ASAP. That's for Johnny. Yep, we were on the same thing. Craig, go Jaden. Yeah. Yep. Okay. 0.5 PPR. Pick 2. Harrison Jr., Metcalf, Thielen, and Mooney.
I'm going to go with Metcalf. And now it's tough. What are you doing?
Thielen's my number one.
I don't know if I can do that.
Thielen and Harrison.
DK? Yep. Yeah, it is Thielen. Here's my rankings. This is fun. DK's my wide receiver 28. Thielen's my wide receiver 29. Harrison's my wide receiver 30. And Mooney's my wide receiver 36. So
Thielen the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
10 last week, obviously not great. 19 and then 24. 10 targets on the 23 points, 11 targets 2 weeks ago, 7 targets last week.
Yeah, and Bryce Young's been good, and he wasn't good last week, right?
Yeah.
So that's why you saw that change. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
I was honestly heavily debating Thielen over. I had him in that same question I put on the Roto Heat the poll, and I put it. Thielen for me was the number 2 option behind Cooper Kupp, and
Thielen does play Tampa.
Thielen plays Arizona today.
Oh, I'm in the wrong week. Sorry, that's next week. Start Thielen again next week in your finals.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Arizona
over Cooper Kupp, maybe. I'm really considering starting him with Cooper Kupp today. It's not something I don't know. I want the floor. I want the floor. What if I said that?
I think that's in the realm of my Aaron Rodgers over Kyler Murray. I can see why you'd ask it, but you're as dumb as I am if I do that.
True. Fair enough. He does have the better floor, though. I mean, in all reality,
No, he doesn't.
I think he does. I think he does.
Do you want a $5 bet, Thielen and Kupp, just for shits and giggles, then, or what?
But I'm starting Kupp. I want to go against my own bet.
Oh, hedge your bet. Yeah.
I know my opponent was forced to start Kareem Hunt, who ended up putting 15. I was like, that's annoying. But he also had Najee, who put up 5. So can't be too angry about it. They did opposite of what I expected.
Isaiah Pacheco sure hurt a lot of people this week.
Yeah.
Glad I sat him.
I can play Wilson over Judy.
Wilson.
The question from
Garrett Wilson?
If it's Garrett Wilson, yeah, for sure.
All day, dude.
Yeah. Yep. Strange, Crafter, Hawkinson. You went Hawkinson earlier, and I went Strange. So
I do have Hawk 2 spots higher than Strange. And although my answer might seem strange, it's actually Hawkinson. See what I did there?
Yeah. Bryce, can you send a third?
I did that for Craig if he's still sticking around.
Yeah. Jeff said, can you send a third for Cooper Rush to start over DTR? I would love to do that, but most leagues, the trade deadline is up. So I cannot. Yeah.
I'd give a second if I could.
Because
I'll do it. I would do anything to win, right? So
right.
I'm not going to give you a first.
I'd do a second, but I'd start shopping for maybe a little bit better of options. Aaron Rodgers, Stafford, maybe I could get them for a second. I'd rather have those, but shit hit the fan for me. I mean, Jameis is an ideal fantasy. He's in such a great situation fantasy wise, and I was looking at that. I'm like, man, he holds on to the job. He's in for a decent day today against Cincinnati, and I just have a strange feeling he comes in today unless DTR plays really well.
You know what the dumb thing is DTR on a per drop back basis throws just as many picks as James Winston does. So I don't know what Cleveland is doing.
At least they're both in ideal matchups. That's all I can look for in the positive. He's my worst starter today, so it's like, oh well.
Cooper Rush, when you watch him, he's a pretty decent quarterback.
Good. Also good news, Custer had Kelsey, who laid an egg. So
also who I started. So not good news. In 2 leagues.
Good for me. I traded Kelsey away in the only league I didn't make the playoffs.
He's done.
One of the leagues I wanted to make it. Yeah, I think the days of Kelsey being a valuable fantasy asset.
No, I mean he's done. Over. Like he's retiring at the end of this year, right?
I would imagine if they win the Super Bowl, he leaves for sure. If they don't win, I could see him staying and being very limited the following year. I could see that, but I think for sure his days of a valuable fantasy asset are over. Look for the Chiefs to address tight end in the offseason or the draft.
They already did. They did last year.
Who?
I can't remember his name. You keep going.
They drafted him super late, but I feel like if Colston
number one,
Loveland,
I think that Noah Gray is legit as well.
Yeah, he's good. Here's the dilemma: Goff in cold weather versus the Bears, or Darnold in the rain versus Seattle. I will go with Darnold.
I'll take Darnold in either situation, to be honest. And I think the rain's a legit question. But Goff and cold over his career is awful.
Stafford or Kyler? It's Kyler for me.
Yeah, I get the question, though.
Holy crap, we got a lot of questions.
We sure do.
If I have to stay away from Judy, my other options are Pierre, Strong, Tolbert, Calcaterra, Coker, David Moore, or Cooks. I'll stick with Judy. I'll stick with Judy over those options.
So will I.
Yeah. Coker would be the only one that I would be close to, like, even considering, and even then it'd be easily Judy for me.
Jared Wiley is the tight end that the Chiefs drafted that I really like. I like him so much I couldn't remember his name.
Scoring, I would go Calcaterra. Fair enough.
I don't think I would even in premium.
Nah, I don't think I am either. Even if I'm playing against Mike Evans, is there an advantage of starting Baker over Burrow on my end? I don't really look at that too much. I'd go Burrow. I'm not sitting Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow's going to score fantasy points the same way Baker Mayfield is, right? He's going to throw touchdown passes. So I get it. Like, you're kind of trying to cancel it off. But what if you start Baker and he throws 2 touchdown passes today and they're both to Jalen McMillan, and Burrow throws for 5 to who knows who? So I don't play that way either. If they only had one wide receiver, then sure. But I understand the question, but I'm not doing that.
Yeah. I don't look at stacking. I don't look at trying to, like, counter my opponents ever. I just start who I think scores the most points. Yes. I feel like people sometimes want to overlook stuff. Chat out Madison or Tracy Jr.
We don't have as many questions as you thought because Bearded Villain asked this about 8 times. So it's Tracy Jr. It's not close. You can stop asking.
Yeah. We'll ask your maybe try and get the chat involved a little bit more. We always answer in order. Or unless you super chat, then we bump you to the front of the line. So
we do.
Thank you. If you're new here, no big deal. It happens every week, essentially. Somebody comes in, doesn't know that we do go in order. The
good thing about our streams as opposed to others is your question will get answered. They don't get answered everywhere. We're definitely going to answer it.
Yeah, we're not popular enough to get so many we can't answer all of them, which is kind of nice.
Sit here all day if we were. Okay.
Yeah. Good morning, PPR League. Should I start Dowdle or Myers? Played Mixon, so really need to make that up. Yeah, I'll start Myers, especially with Aiden O'Connell back.
It's Dowdle for me. I think it's a beautiful matchup for him. I traded him in a league to get Shakir in the same league that I'm Shakir Pollard, and I wish I had frickin' Dowdle back so I could start him this week. Yeah. But I get it. I think Dowdle's all the work and in a good spot. I do like Jacoby, though. I would try to flex him somewhere.
Who's the QB today for the Browns? DTR.
It might as well be Bryce.
Yeah. I have Judy.
Who knows? DTR can run. So DTR might get you 40, 50 yards on the ground.
Could. Not going well back there.
The lady.
Who is it? Sorry, I have to pick Judy and McMillan for fantasy. Have to pick one.
Yeah, I wanted to say McMillan earlier, and I did say Judy because I think I have him slightly.
Yep. I'll go Judy there.
So.
Kincaid or Strange have the stack with Josh Allen, but which tight end is a better option today? Yeah,
Strange regardless.
Strange, yeah, Strange regardless for me. I don't look into the stacks. I know it's ID. I know it looks good. You know,
I don't mind a stack every once in a while, but
I don't mind it. I just don't look to acquire them.
It's mostly a best ball strategy, I think, and I don't play a whole lot of best ball because I'm
or DFS. It is a DFS.
Yeah, for sure. I'm way too OCD with my lineups to play best ball.
Yep. No problem.
DTR ranked 29th this week, 1 spot ahead of Mason Rudolph and 2 ahead of Drew Lock. You could be worse.
True. It's not tight end premium. Okay. Then it's Coker for me.
That's
nice. He's starting.
Is that the one where I took Kittle as the flex? Is that the question?
No. That was the one where if he moved on from Judy.
Oh, I don't know how the hell you remember all this stuff. Must be nice to be young. Coker for
then Madison or Tracy for me over Madison, Tracy for me. Thank you. You're welcome. All right, Pollard or Jonnu, 0.5 PPR. He's probably saying thank you to Jeffrey, but Pollard or Jonnu, 0.5 PPR.
I encourage people being polite.
Yeah.
Pollard. I do like Jonnu
today. It sucks, which I'll go John. I hope it's not, though, for matchup purposes. 0.5 PPR, Douglas, Coleman, Coker. Need one. Coker for me.
Douglas, Coleman. I can go with Douglas here. I like him this week. I don't mind Jalen Coker. I don't know what I'm getting.
I think he gets a decent amount of targets. That's all. I don't know what he produces with those targets. All I can do
Why
is
are you
pray.
doing this? Why are you doing this to me, Marco?
Lions versus Vikings this season Super Bowl.
Can't be the Super Bowl.
I don't think that's possible.
It could very well be the NFC Championship game, and in that case, I'm going to be crying in the corner regardless because I'll be either nervous or can't believe we won. So, but I think the Vikings take the number 1 seed in the NFC. I'll call my shot. The legend returns.
Odunze, Shakir, Kincaid, Ridley need 2 in the flex. There is a good tight end premium.
Is this the league I think it is, Craig?
I'll go Shakir and Ridley.
Give me 1 sec. No, he's not there. So I'm just looking. We're playing a couple.
Dr. Giggles got a pretty good comic. I went Shakir and Ridley.
Same.
Patrick Taylor or Rashad White? Rashad White.
White.
Just like the mistletoe over your left shoulder, some of that up there. I kissed my season goodbye in my standard league. I had the second most points scored and most scored against me by a long shot. That does suck. I hate when you always get. I have been the high scorer in leagues before and not made the playoffs. So
a league that Craig and I play in, and I was looking to see if that was the league he was talking about. I was the highest scoring team in points. 2 weeks ago, I put up over 300, almost 350 points. Last week, I started Purdy, Kittle, and Jennings, and I lost. So I'm done.
Yeah.
So it happens, right? That's why we play this. If it was easy, it wouldn't be nearly as much fun. But yeah, it sucked.
If you pick Patrick Taylor, which we didn't for the first question, who would you pick? Romeo Doubs or Rashad White? So maybe we could replace White here with Patrick Taylor, and I'd still go Romeo Doubs over Patrick Taylor.
So now the question is Patrick Taylor, Rashad White, Romeo Doubs.
Pick 2, maybe?
I'm still going with White.
Yeah. Well, and then would Doubs be second and then Patrick Taylor third?
Yeah, I think so. Very unsure about Taylor this week.
It would not surprise me if he has a great game, but I just can't. I don't want to take that. It's just too much risk for me. This is the regular season. I might take the risk.
Yeah, the regular season.
But it's not.
Cares.
Yeah. He's in the playoffs with that team. Jeez. That one where I said that question was horrible. Was that a consolation bracket?
Well, he's from the future. He should be in the playoffs in every team. He already knows what's going to happen.
London and Thielen need a safe floor.
I like how you shit all over his team, and it's a playoff team. That's great. London.
Yeah. They both
he still gets 8 to 10 targets. I don't care who's the quarterback.
They both have safe floors.
Like I said at the beginning, can Michael Penix really be worse than Kirk Cousins been the last month? I don't think he can.
I don't think so. Olrak. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
PPR. Full PPR. Need one. Need one wide receiver, one running back, and a flex. Mooney, McLaurin, Doubs, Thielen, K9, Charbonnet, Tracy, Spears. Okay. I think this is
my wide receiver is easy. Even against the Eagles, it's Terry.
All three are easy for me, actually.
The running back is definitely K9.
Yep. K9, McLaurin. I'm flexing Thielen.
Think I am too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's easy. Thank you, Olrak. I would like
Spears is close because I think Pollard is damaged goods right now. But
he changed it. He changed it here and just said he needs a wide receiver. Oh wait, what needs a wide receiver and a flex? So he must have just. Oh, I don't know. Oh, he's just clarifying McLaurin versus Philly. Nope. Yep. So it's the same question essentially.
I get that question because Philly's legit, but I still think Daniels will get on the ball.
Doubs or JMO?
I think I go JMO here, but it's close.
I will go JMO as well. Purdy or JD5 or pick up Stafford 6.5 passing touchdown. JD 5.
Yep.
Here's a good one. Brian
Yeah,
Thomas Jr. and Malik Neighbors.
I've got BTJ ranked one spot higher, I think. Let me look real quick.
Man, this is tough.
I have Thomas at 10 and Neighbors at 15. So I'll go with Brian Thomas Jr. And again, people, I don't understand how these guys can both be in your lineup.
Yeah, that's a good one. Brian Thomas Jr. for me as well. Ouch. I hate having Malik Neighbors on my bench. So gross.
Yeah.
In a good way. Pick 2, full PPR. McMillan, DK, Malik Washington, and Kendre Miller.
First two
for me as well.
Miller's close, but I'll go McMillan and DK.
I think
PPR does it for me.
Yeah, I'll agree. I just don't remember if I picked Miller over McMillan earlier. I feel like I did. I'll go DK Miller.
I don't know what I did 10 minutes ago, or even let alone half an hour ago, so whichever.
Wishing Craig good luck. Aren't you guys in a lot of the same leagues still? Indeed, the best of luck today. I don't think I'm only in one league with Craig, I think. Or wait, is he in the Superflex? No, he's not in the Superflex. So yeah, I'm only in one.
He might be after I dump my team.
And I'm trying to leave that. I'm trying to leave that league. So sorry.
I play in 2 Roto Heat leagues with Craig. I think both of us are out of the playoffs in both of them at this point. Oh no, I'm in one. Me, right?
You're in the Superflex, right?
I'm in. You're gonna get killed today, and you should lose. You don't even deserve to be there. Like Custer should kill you. Like your team.
I built this team a little bit.
Smoke and mirrors all year. I don't know how you got to this point.
Look,
I wish you all the luck. But
the matchups are in my favor a little bit.
It's like the Patriots playing the Bills today. Who should win?
Hopefully Shakir and James Cook are the reason, because I've got both of them playing. My running backs are stout. I have stout running backs.
Did I just drop off there?
You did for a second. My running backs are stout. James Cook, Josh Jacobs, Joe Mixon, and Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Or no, I don't have James Cook. I traded him. Sorry. Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, and who's the other one?
So chat.
Joe Mixon sucked. Damn.
This is that's the wrong matchup. Bryce is up by about 30 points. He's got one less player to come. Bryce has Bo Nix and Dorian Thomas-Robinson. Jacobs and McLaurin and Shakir. That's good. Thielen, Garrett Wilson, Brock Bowers. So the key could be Brock Bowers in that whole thing for you.
That Custer has pretty good.
Custer has Josh Allen, Saquon, Gibbs, AJ Brown, Evans. He's going to kill you. Harrison Jr., CD Lamb, DK Metcalf, and Travis Kelce. You can put me at tight end this week, and he's still going to beat you. I wish you all the luck in the world.
He had Lamar play and Kelce, who put up 26 together. Yep. I had Joe Mixon disappointed at 8 points, but I had Bo Nix outscored Lamar, and Derrick Henry got me 20. So I'm off to a decent start. I just need the inconsistent game from Mike Evans today. I need the inconsistent game from CD Lamb today with Cooper Rush. That's what I really need, because I think AJ Brown's going to have a good game, and I kind of need him to in another league. But I'd rather him do bad, because this league's worth more money. Yeah, there's a path for me to win this game if Brock Bowers can put up a Brock Bowers 20-25 point game.
There's always a path.
Oh, sorry, we didn't.
I wish you luck, but I think that I don't know, man.
We'll see. I hope it comes down to the night game and Josh Jacobs wins it.
Custer does cry and bitch a lot about being snake in all these leagues.
I'm going to trash talk him so much if I win. Absolutely going to just annihilate him. All right, good job. I called him a third placer the other day.
Poor guy's a Packers fan, and he's going to lose to Bryce. That's terrible.
And Josh Jacobs is going to be the reason why. Most of my decisions figured with injuries. Do you have one Patrick Taylor or Tyrone Tracy? I'll go Tyrone Tracy here.
So will I. Good luck, Joseph.
Speaking of legends, Mr. Scamper. Mr. Scampers.
Absolutely. Coolest cat in town.
Stafford or Love?
I think I have Love higher.
I'm actually going to go Stafford here.
I think I have Love higher, but I hate doing this because I talked myself out of some good stuff. That weather might be a factor for me if it's freezing rain.
I think another factor is that the last game the Rams played was on a Thursday night. They've had extra 3 days to prepare as well. Stafford had his first bad game in a while, and I think he bounces back pretty big this week against the Jets. Yep. Who's not? It's not an ideal matchup either, I will say, but he's got two really good wide receivers.
I'll stay with Jordan Love. It's very close because the other thing is how much will Love need to throw the ball to beat New Orleans, right? They might just Josh Jacobs them to death. Mm-hmm. So I'm sticking with Jordan Love, though.
Josh Jacobs, that's what I want to hear. 3 touchdown day. Njoku or Hawkinson?
Hawkinson.
Guys, I am a victim of having a good team that decided not to show up during the playoffs.
I feel that.
It happens, man. It happens to the best Pedro. Of us. I had it last year really bad. This year, we're going to change it. We're going to find out today. Luckily, I had 5 first-round bye weeks out of my 6 playoff leagues. So
not me. I had 2, and I think I'm going to lose them both. I'm going to be
see you guys next year. Great information.
Bitter fantasy manager next week. Be all sad. Thank you, Pedro.
Go on the show. Thank you, Pedro.
I'm not doing it.
Here, man.
It's your scampers.
See you guys next year. Great information. And then Mr. Scampers, Hat PPR, sit 1, JMO, Romeo, Patrick Taylor, or Marvin Harrison Jr. Who are we sitting out of those 4?
Dobbs.
Marv isn't buns. He just happened to go against the best corner in the league last week.
Oh, jeez.
Just listen. It's not.
Stingley might be the best corner in the league right now. That kid's on fire. But nonetheless, Pedro, I don't know if you're still here or not, but there might be some off-season content for you to tune into as well. So don't write us off all the way till next year, just quite yet. Sitting Romeo Dobbs here.
I put Romeo but Patrick Taylor earlier, so I'll sit Patrick
I'm just afraid that Romeo Dobbs is going to have like a mother of a game now that I've pretty much sat him. Although I did that to Braylon Allen a couple weeks ago, and it turned out to be the right answer. So
yeah. Oh, shoot, we missed a super chat. Oh, it was only 4 minutes ago, so we're good. You want to go to that super chat? I don't know why they don't pop up.
Which one is it? Is it the...
it's only a little bit further down. Majin Braveheart.
Is it this one?
Yep.
Okay. Full PPR start 1 running back and 2 flex. Ford, Coker, JMO. Then we have Downs, Patrick Taylor, Chig, Spears. I don't know who T. Patrick is.
It probably means, I don't know. Oh, Tim.
Tim Patrick. Thank you.
Yeah.
Malik Washington. Okay, so who's your running back between Ford,
Patrick
Taylor and Spears?
Ford, easily.
Yeah, I'm going Ford here as well. Now flex 2 of the rest.
Coker. Ouch.
I'm going to go with Ford, and I'm going to flex
first 2.
Spears.
I'll flex Coker and JMO.
And Coker. I think it's super, super close. Like, I don't disagree with Bryce at all. And I hate when we split our answers on super chats. But that said, I think Ford is the easy one for both of us.
Yeah, Coker's my easy one for the first flex option too, I will say. Excuse me.
Yeah.
What are you yelling about?
That's a tough one. There's too many options for me to even remember what my answer was.
She's mad because I'm going to go to the bathroom. Crazy. Robinson Jr. or Hubbard?
Oh, I think I'm Chuba here. It's matchup based, right? Like that's what really hurts Robinson for me. I have Chuba ranked pretty high. Yeah, I have Chuba at 9. Robinson at 17. I don't hate him. I just don't love the matchup against the Eagles. It's tough.
It's Chuba for me as well.
I'll go with Chuba. What are you eating? I'm hungry.
The shortbreads. I love the holiday shortbreads.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
In the 10, they're in like the little pens. Keeper league for next year, I got Bucky in the 12th round, Bowers in the 10th round, Jane Daniels in the 9th round. Which two would you grab for next year? Very aggressive, competitive league thoughts. If it's super flex, that changes my answer. But if it's not super flex, it's the two skill position players, Bowers and Bucky. If it is super flex, it's Bowers and Jane Daniels.
I agree with everything Bryce just said.
Yep. Yeah, 1 QB leagues. I never keep quarterback ever.
Yeah, it's just you'll be okay without it. Like
yep.
Bucky Irving's going to be good for a couple more years, and Bowers looks like he might be the best in the game right now. So,
talking about the Super Bowl.
Oh well, if the Vikings can win it in any time dimension, I'm fine with it. So, Daniels for me.
Daniels. And the long TDs makes it even better. Well, they're both pretty good at that, but Daniels has been really good at it this year.
Yeah, I think they both had the opportunity to hit a big one, but yeah, I'm with Daniels.
Yep.
This is Walker by a mile, because if he's playing, Charbonnet won't do much. Like they do not split.
He didn't even have an injury designation, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they don't split, right? Like they're all in all day. Like, and I'm not saying Charbonnet won't see the field, but he'll see the field in the same way Kenny McIntosh did in the last couple of years, right?
They do split, but it's not a 50-50. It's like
it's like 80-20.
Yeah, it's closer.
Maybe I'm exaggerating it, but no, it's Kenneth Walker. Tough matchup for both of them today, though. We play the Vikings play the running back well.
She hungry? What's she wrong? Oh. She likes going up and down the steps. Got it.
That's awesome.
Tua or Cooper Rush? Oh, you can see my TV. The TV strip lights back there, huh?
The green?
Yeah, it's strip lights I put on the back of my TV, and it plugs into your TV. Looks pretty cool when you're sitting back on the lights.
Oh, that's your TV there? Nice.
Yeah.
Look at you go.
Yeah, it's the living room right back there.
Tua or Cooper Rush feels weird asking, and I think it should feel weird asking, but I also understand why you're asking.
Yeah, especially after last week, right?
I got Tua higher, and it's Tua, but I could see Cooper Rush being a top 12 quarterback again, like he was. You keep eating, I'll keep reading. How's that?
I'm just
Julian Garcia, Kendre Miller, or DK in the flex. I think we had this earlier, didn't we? I think we both.
I think I went DK.
So awesome.
We had this one earlier too.
Orlac. It might have been from.
He asked that earlier. Well. He might have been gone when we answered it.
Okay. Well, we both went with Strange. Njoku's a wild card today at best.
Yep.
Captain Joe King, would you play Jacoby over McLaurin due to a horrible matchup? No. But
let me look at what did McLaurin do last time they played? That's a good question, isn't it?
That is a good question.
Let's see.
I do think that's interesting. It's an interesting question.
Oh, he did bad.
I do like Jacoby with either Minshew or O'Connell, and he's got O'Connell back this week. I think I've lowered. I'll look at my rankings. I think I've lowered Terry, but I don't think he's that low. Yeah, I'm at 19 and a Jacoby at 22. So we're talking in the same ballpark here. They're both.
I think this game is much more important than it was earlier in the season.
What did McLaurin do the first time?
1 catch, 10 yards.
Okay.
So get back game. We'll put that narrative out there. Can't be worse, right?
What week was that?
11. 11.
Daniels was hurting back then, though, right? Mm-hmm. So he was dealing with his rib thing.
Mm-hmm.
Terry's been pretty hot the last couple of weeks, right?
Since that game, he hasn't put up under 20.
Yeah. So I'm going to stay with who I feel is the better receiver, better quarterback. Like, I think Daniels is a better quarterback than O'Connell, and I think Terry's a better receiver than Jacoby. Jacoby's damn good, though. Yeah, I'm going to stay with McLaurin. That's tough, man. That's a lot tougher than I thought. As I started talking through that answer, it got harder and harder. So, Yep. Sounds good on off-season contact. Thank you for your subscription, Pedro. Greatly appreciate it. Sea-Dog. Pick 2. Terry, Decaf, or Juwan Jennings?
Decaf. I like that name. Terry and Jennings.
Yep. It's Terry and Jennings. 19 and 20 my rankings. Yes. DK's down at 28. So sticking with that as well.
Finally, JSN has surpassed him.
Question from Facebook from Keith. Ford or Jennings half PPR? In the half PPR, I might go Ford here.
I think I will too. I don't know if anybody else is really going to be involved too much. I don't know if their backup's Pierre Strong, probably.
And Deontay Foreman will be active. He'll get a little bit of tread, but it'll be Ford run the ball 20 times today. Doesn't surprise me, right?
Right.
Mr. Scampers. Good luck today, guys. Thanks as always. Always thank you. Mathiasen back again. Good to have him back. Report tweeted that insider that Seahawks-Vikings game said that Charbonnet will be named a captain and starter. Wow. Interesting. That definitely thanks for that. I appreciate that. Why?
I'm going to look into that.
Why? Like, why not just leave Walker out then again this week?
Yeah.
But is he named? This is wild to me. Is he going to be the starter in terms of he plays the first series? Or is Walker not as 100% as he would to be?
I don't know. It is. It's getting reported everywhere. Ian Rappaport put it out there.
Well, I believe Mathiasen, and he's a Vikings guy like me, so he's dialed in. But
makes my decision easier to keep Kane on the bench. I still think he has a bigger role than people think today.
I still think he has more touches, but maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. That's food for thought. Weird. For sure. All right. Full PPR, 2 wide receivers and a flex for Ishan. We need Terry McLaurin, DK Metcalf, London. Holy hell. Garrett Wilson or Travis Etienne. So, man.
This is easy.
Drake London is one for me.
Yeah. In no particular order, McLaurin, London, Wilson are the 3 I'm playing. Yep.
Same. Yep. Exactly the same. Cody, Higgins or Jennings at the flex? He's got Higgins right now, and I think I will as well.
I will stay there. Stay on there, Cody.
Yeah, Higgins is my 11th ranked wide receiver this week. I think you're in a good spot there. Good job. Mathiasen, half PPR, Miller or Walker? Well, now with what you told me, I would have been Walker for sure here before you dropped that little juicy nugget in here. I think I think I still am as well. Oh, man. I don't know.
Sucks.
Walker's in tough against the Vikes. Like the
in
Vikes
all reality,
play him tough.
In all reality, we don't know how much Kendre Miller is involved in comparison to, like, Jamal Williams could go in there and get 10 touches that he doesn't deserve over Kendre, but it could, Kendre hasn't been healthy his entire career yet in the NFL either. So he has never had a full workload. Do they give it to him this weekend? That's risky. He could. It wouldn't surprise me, but I don't know.
I'm gonna stick with Walker here. I think there's a potential.
I like it a lot less. There's
a potential, though, in like being reported for freezing rain in Green Bay, that footing might be an issue and that they can't even run the ball. So, yeah. Jaws, I'm looking. Big weather concerns today. He's trying to dig around. We've got Detroit and Chicago. It's going to be about freezing with a 15-mile-an-hour wind. Other than that, dude, it doesn't look too bad. We got some rain potentially in Minnesota, 96% chance. So I'd say it's going to rain. Buffalo is cold, but not really windy. And then tomorrow night, you've got the Packers playing potentially in freezing rain against the Saints. So not a ton to avoid here. Nothing that really makes me jump out and scream that I'm running away from it, other than perhaps the Detroit-Chicago game. But I don't think the rain's going to matter that much in Seattle. Maybe it will. Vikings and I don't know. It seems I always overplay the weather when I try to change my stuff because of it. Olrak playing at home, and GD5 was still hurting with the rib injury. So this is the McLaurin thing. Didn't catch ball to the fourth quarter. Good call.
Yep.
Henry or Hawk?
Hawk.
Same for me. Yeah, I have no idea. Just a report I didn't need to hear. Exactly, right? Because it makes it way harder for us.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I was saying. Could be the first drive and Walker for the rest. And maybe they're just naming Charbonnet the captain and giving him the start for being a good soldier. I don't know. It just seems like a weird thing to do.
Maybe he's just been a really, really good leader in the facility, and this is kind of a reward for that. And that could be
weird. So make him the captain. The starter part is the weird part for me. Like Seattle needs this game today.
Yeah.
Minnesota does too, but Seattle needs it more. Like the Vikes have clinched the spot, but
right.
Interesting. And then we're caught up, dude. Sean, thank you.
We made it. Wow.
All right, so we got
this busy in the semifinals.
We got 20 minutes. I think we hang here for a bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick, and I'll be right back.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look and see if I have any questions too.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm in three decent money league semifinals today. And I don't think I'm going to win any of them, but we'll see. Hopefully when you guys come back here next week, I'm still in it. So we got 9 people in the chat. Bryce and I are winding this down. If you got anything, please feel free to throw it in there. Yeah, and like I said, we'll start working on off-season stuff. I know Bryce is a little more dialed in on this year's rookie class, the 25 rookie class, than I am currently. I usually don't start into the rookie stuff until my fantasy seasons end, and I might be starting into the rookie stuff next week because my fantasy weeks are getting close. But so any more questions, Bryce?
No, the Kenneth Walker one gonna get answered for me.
So what is Cody's Ford question?
I might play Ford over him now. I think I would. Yep.
Over Walker?
I would, yeah. I think you're comparing a guy that we know is going to get all the work to a guy that's potentially splitting it 50-50. So.
Pre all this fun news, I had Walker pretty high in my rankings, considering he's coming back. I had him at 19, and I had Ford at 24, but I think I would start Ford now ahead of him as well.
I'm going to let my dogs out real quick.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Cody, that's tough. And we just don't know what the split's going to be, but I think it's safe to say, like, again, process over results. It's safe to say that Ford, barring injury, is going to be the workhorse guy for the Browns. They like him. He's been a good soldier for them before Chubb came back. I just don't see anybody eating into Ford's workload even close to the amount that if they're splitting in Seattle, which is really weird because they normally don't do that. So,
yeah, let's see. So I got Cooper Kupp, Jonathan Taylor, my flexes in this one league, and my best options would be either Thielen or Judy. I'm not switching either of them.
Nor would I.
Wish I would have put in Schultz at tight end yesterday.
Wish I would have started.
You got Kincaid. Jacob Ander asked Ertz or Strange, and it's going to be Strange for me, Jacob.
Man.
And then he asked Etienne or Ramondre right after, and it'd be Etienne for me. I do not like Ramondre Stevenson at all today.
I don't know what
He's going to have to fall in the end zone. They just don't score. I mean,
yeah.
Etienne did have 5 targets last week, 4 the week before. He had 14 carries last week too, which is.
I wish I would have started Xavier Worthy in the one league I have him. I started. My wide receivers are Jennings, Puka, and Jaden Reed and BTJ. I guess I probably could have started him over them, but.
Orak said I just dropped Sharp before I heard that news. I really don't think it's that big of a deal. I wouldn't feel comfortable starting him either.
format matters here, but I think obviously it's probably a slower or a smaller.
Yeah.
And sorry, I tuned out on those two Jacob questions. I would have been Strange and ETN as well. My apologies.
Yeah.
I was looking at my own shit. It's unfortunate that you dropped him, but I think Bryce is right. I don't think you really killed yourself by dropping either one. So,
okay. So this league is the scoring format is really, really strange. You get 0.5 points per carry. So 20 carries is 10 points. Would you bench Ramondre Stevenson for Patrick Taylor or Juwan Jennings?
No,
I can't. Running backs are just so overpowered in this league. It's stupid.
Okay. I don't like scoring like that. Game script questions. You think the Vikings will be up enough to get Walker out of the lineup, or a close game in the Vikings trail makes Seattle run the game more viable? I think it's a close football game. Minnesota doesn't typically beat anybody by a lot. Like, it hasn't been in the last couple of weeks that they've had some kind of blowout-ish type games. It's on the road. It's in Seattle. That crowd is definitely a difference maker. It's raining. I think it's a close game. And if anything, it's a close game if the Vikings are trailing, making Seattle run game more viable. That's the part I see. But I think the running game on both sides of this game is viable regardless of the score, right?
Yeah.
Like, Aaron Jones is going to be involved. And I'll just say a Seattle running back is going to be involved because I'm not sure what the hell they got going on there.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, Cody. 4 or 5 leads. Good job, brother. That's awesome. Go get it. Get rid of one. Adams, Ridley, Shakir, Reed, McMillan. Probably sitting Reed.
Yeah, I'd be sitting Reed. Yep.
Olrak, thank you.
Well, not a big deal now. You're not going to get you any more points.
I'm worried that kid's career might be in jeopardy. That looked horrific. Cronton Fernie, start 3. James Conner, yes. Chuba Hubbard, yes. Jonathan Taylor, Chase Brown. Holy hell, I am sitting Jonathan Taylor here.
I think I'm also sitting Jonathan Taylor. Gross.
Oh, goodness. That is one heck of a lineup. Geno and Seattle are worse at home for what it's worth. Geno sucks against the pressure, but good against the blitz. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Flores plays it. I think Flo will show a lot of blitz, but then pull them back like he likes to do. We'll see.
I clicked on it too.
We did at the same time.
That sucks.
Yeah, it sucks, right? Like I said, I have the highest scoring team in my league points by a pile.
Yeah, he lost 6 points. He's talking about like his Taylor dropped that ball at the end zone.
Oh, yeah.
So he got the fumble. I got negative points for the fumble and didn't get the 6 points.
Why do we still see that? Like, I got to be honest with you. If I played in the NFL,
it's got to be an ego. It's got to be an ego. Not really. It's just a lapse, and I don't know. You're just ready to celebrate. I don't understand it either.
If I obviously am never going to score a touchdown in the NFL, but if I scored a touchdown in the NFL, that I'm not giving that ball to anybody until the ref pries it out of my hands. Mm-hmm. Like, get across the goal line, guys. Like, we just saw who's the Corley, right? The Jets wide receiver did it earlier this year.
Yep.
You're a rookie wide receiver, barely getting playing time. That's a great way to make sure you don't get any. Like, brutal.
Yeah.
All right, homie. I think we bounced.
All right. That's it. We're done. We'll be back next week, though. Championship questions. You need us more than ever, hopefully.
Bryce, good luck to you everywhere you play today. Good luck against Custer.
You too.
Good luck in all those leagues. Hopefully, we both have rosters that we're talking about next week when we come back.
I got to have at least one. I have to have at least one.
Right, I think I do, but here we go.
All right.
Thanks, everybody. Good luck.
Semifinals. We'll see you next week.